A landlord asked us something today, and honestly, it's a question we get every single week. What started as a small problem turned into a situation that could have cost him thousands if he didn't act fast. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the real life scenario, how we handled it at Right Room, and exactly what we changed so it never happens again. And at the end, I'll share the 3 takeaways every landlord should remember if they want zero stress and predictable income in 2026. The question that started it all, a landlord called us this morning and said, my tenant hasn't paid rent for 10 days. They've stopped replying and I don't know what to do. Can you help? Now, the issue wasn't the late rent, it was the silence. No replies, no access, no updates. When communication breaks down, problems escalate fast. So here's how we approached it. The first move for us is to diagnose the situation. So we need to understand what's really going on. Before jumping to eviction or panic, we always identify the root cause. Our process is as follows. So we attempt contact through multiple channels. We check with other tenants, other neighbors, see if they've had any contact with the relevant party. We'll review the payment history. Has this happened before? Is this something that's a recurring pattern or is it a one-off? Confirm if there's been any maintenance issues that have been reported recently. Half of the time, late rent is a symptom, not the real problem. And this one, however, turned out to be a bit more complicated. After checking the property and speaking to neighbors, here's what we found. The tenant had moved out suddenly due to a family emergency without giving notice and assumed they'd sort it out later. That means rent stopped. The room was left half empty. There was no proper checkout whatsoever. No cleaning, no new tenant lined up. For a landlord with one property, that's a financial disaster. But there's always a solution. Now I'm going to talk you through how we at Right Room handled that situation and put the Right Room system in action. We activated our rapid response plan, and here's exactly what we did. We gained authorized access to confirm the condition of the property. We sent our cleaning team down there on the same day to make sure that the property is clean. We then took some fresh photos and updated the marketing materials from what the landlord had provided us, and we listed the room within the same day. Obviously, prior to even going on the market, the first thing that we would do is we would run it through our internal database. And lo and behold, within 72 hours, we were able to secure a new tenant. The landlord didn't deal with a single message, viewing, or complaint. We handled everything end to end. And that's the whole point of our system. So here's the outcome. The void period was kept to 3 days, not 3 weeks. Now, we were lucky enough in this situation that we were able to recover the rent through the deposit. We were able to get a new and a reliable tenant moved in, and there was no legal action needed. The landlord got more than he paid for. And what could have become a loss going into thousands turned into a minor bump because the systems caught the issue early. And we were able to exercise different channels of communication in order to get the job done. Here's a few lessons for every landlord and for anybody who's been in this scenario before. Every scenario teaches us something, and these are the big lessons from today. Always maintain multi-channel communication. Silence is the first red flag. Have a rapid turnaround team ready, from cleaning, repairs, marketing. Having systems reduces chaos. When something breaks, everything else should keep moving. Speed is money. Every day saved equals more profit in your pocket. Landlording is 20% property and 80% management. Here's a breakdown of the landlord situation had the landlord simply not utilized the multiple channels and what it could have cost him. So, I mean, obviously the stress level would have been high. There would have been an uncertain timeline. However, with us handling it, the void period was only 3 days. We were able to secure a tenant in 72 hours. And that's the difference between having a system and being absolutely reckless with it and just wishing for the best. Here's my top 3 takeaways for landlords. Number 1, silence from a tenant is your biggest warning sign. Act fast. Number 2, your void strategy is more important than your rent price. Number 3, a strong management system prevents 90% of chaos. If you get these 3 right, you'll never panic over situations like this again. Landlords ask us questions like this every single day. And the truth is, most issues are predictable. We're not perfect, and we know nor are you. And we know tenants are not perfect. So with us, this is what we're all about. We're all about working with landlords, working with tenants to protect your income, your time, and your sanity. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And as always, if Right Room can assist you with anything, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.